documenting the journey about my relationship. I don't have anything profound. I'm not feeling inspired today, but I do feel like I should document the journey a little more. That's some instruction I received from one of the many books or videos I've watched, as far as when you're trying to put something together, and I'm trying to put something together. All I'm trying to put together is a thing that helps other people, leaves a good legacy, fulfills my potential. So someday I'll tie it all together into, maybe it's just these videos, maybe it's the Sober Livings, maybe it's another business, maybe it's a book, a pamphlet, a system, a program, a process, a thought, I don't know. I don't care what it is, as long as it makes the world a better place and makes my struggles, all my obstacles and challenges that I've overcome and learned from, valuable. And that. So, back to relationships. I'm driving to work. I drive a stick shift now, so it's a little harder to do video, but I got some time. So I've discovered that because of the issues with my mother, some of the issues that my mother has, I have missed, over my head, I've missed a lot of attributes that should be and would be concerning to anyone else who grew up in a normal, healthy environment. I was essentially abandoned by both my parents and lived with friends, family. Ultimately was a foster kid for a little bit through high school. Didn't live with either one of my parents from age 13 on, other than getting into college. I periodically have lived with either or, obviously up until my dad died. So I just didn't have a good foundation as to what a healthy relationship is. Didn't see it, didn't know it, other than, you know, kind of watching other families, other people. So I married accordingly, and I have this problem with false optimism, you know, assuming the best in others, that they are capable of massive change, and granting that assumption and that blind optimism to the point of being a fault. And that hasn't served me well. That's led to 2 divorces and, you know, wreckage. I have also discovered that I am codependent, to the point that codependent's a big broad stroke, but it ultimately means exactly what I just said, that I don't know what healthy boundaries are. I had a traumatic upbringing, and I don't know what healthy boundaries are. You know, I don't know what a healthy relationship is. I'm trying to understand and learn what interdependency is, where we are both happy people, we both gain fulfillment from our own actions, our own lives, but together we enhance each other in a way that wouldn't be available to either one of us if we weren't together. That's my definition. I think it's close. We'll see. Psychologists probably have different opinions, but ultimately that's what it is. I'm looking for interdependence. So I've been dating now, seeing someone for the last 10 months, and I would say it is a healthy relationship thus far. I anticipate that it always could be. It's just, you know, I feel like I should talk about that a little bit. I guess that's where I'm going with it. My kids really enjoy this woman. Really. They adore her. They love her. They appreciate the time that they have with her a lot. They look forward to spending time with her. She stays at my house a lot. She's well accomplished in business. She's, you know, 7 years clean and sober as well. She, you know, conducts herself on a very professional level, just a high-functioning human, right? She's a great person. And, you know, we're exploring integration. you know, moving in together, stuff like that. She's not pushing anything. But, you know, it's just, we've had some arguments. We've had some things here and there that we've had to work through, little things, but we get through them, and I actually feel like we're better off on the other side of them. And at the core of it, I guess the biggest difference that I see, that I notice, is that there is trust. And I've never seen that before. The other relationships I've been in, the trust wasn't there. And it's just, there is no relationship if there is no trust. I think that is arguably the foundation of a relationship. You could throw communication in there as well, consideration, you know, actually, you know, love is important. But if you don't have trust, you don't have a relationship. And that's where we reside. I heard somebody last night at this men's group I go to say, you want to treat your woman as you would treat your own daughter. And that actually woke me up. It kind of opened my eyes a little bit. And I've been using that, been doing it. And it just makes me feel even a deeper love for this person. And, you know, I've kind of been treating her that way. I hope I have been the whole time, but I'm learning how to do this relationship stuff, how to do it right, where I was wrong, what I need to improve on. And, you know, it's going well right now. It's, you know, I still have apprehension, kind of a healthy apprehension, I think, like, oh, are we going too fast? Are we moving too slow? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? And at the end of the day, just like, when we're together, it feels good, and we help each other. We have great conversation. We create solutions together. We get excited. We have just an insane amount of similar interests. And, you know, she's just a good person at the core. And our ideals, our beliefs, our philosophies, our morals, our you know, like, everything just really lines up in a way that's very comfortable, very refreshing, very unique. And, you know, we're not going to rush out and get married next week. Who knows? We haven't discussed marriage at all. She's not pushing for anything. I think I can tell she's kind of, at this point, kind of expecting that we do move in together at some point. You know, we're talking about, you know, my lease actually ends in a few months, and so there's there's some anticipation that something happens around that time. But, you know, that would be at least a year that we've been together, and maybe it's good timing, maybe it's not. I can tell you, I probably have a handful of friends out there like, Kevin, you should just never be with another girl. Like, don't ever move in or get married again. I mean, you know, and I get it. I deserve that. But I also am progressing and learning, and I do see the value of a healthy relationship. And I feel like that's what I have, and that's what I'm exploring. No matter what happens, this has all been positive for me. It's been great. So I wish I could wax more profound and give advice. This is really just kind of sharing where I'm at right now. I would say it's exciting, but I mean, it is. There's times it's very exciting to think, wow, like, you know, I guess here, I'll end it with this. What I like the most about this is my own mother at my eulogy right now would not give an accurate depiction of who I am. It would be very negative. It would be the wrong information about what I am and who I am. I think it's important that I am with somebody. You know, my children know what I am. They experience me every single day. And that's about it. That's as close as anyone is to me. My brothers could argue and say, you know, could argue against a negative opinion of me. Like, so my mom and my two ex-wives, I mean, I guess my daughter's mom now has a whole different perspective of what and who I am, but it fluctuates with the changes with the wind. My son's mother, no clue who I am, and that has more to do with them than me. This relationship, what is really refreshing to me, what's really assuring, is that she sees what I am. She sees who I am, and it's good. It's positive. You know, I really am like a good, positive person, doing my best, making corrections where they need to be made. Like, I really just want to make the world a better place, be a good dad, be a good human, leave a good legacy, enjoy life. You know, that's what I am. And to say otherwise just means you don't know me. And it's sad that the women closest to me in my life thus far, except for this relationship, would have a very negative perspective of me. And I think that has more to do with projection than the realities as to who I am. So it's nice to be with someone who would be able to say, you know, the guy I know is very different than the guy you know, to my own mother. And I do find some assurance in that. I like that. So it's cool. And she wouldn't be able to recognize those attributes in me if she didn't have them herself. So I think that's very important for my life. I would say for you as well. Like if you're with somebody who, you know, is accusing you of horrible things, infidelity and whatever, I think that has more to do with them than you, and you should probably run and find a good person like I have, because it's much better in every area. All right, that's all I got. Thanks, bye.